So, hopefully, that audio on this video is a little bit better. I think I had it set pretty much to mono or mono on like a right speaker. I didn't have it set up correctly. Whatever. Who cares? Who cares? No one's watching this crap anyway. Okay, so what I want to do is I've got a little bit of time before my loved one comes home, so I think I'm going to try and bug bash a little bit. Although I'm getting a little tired. I usually do better around noon. It is late into the afternoon. Yeah, so there's some bugs with this guy. I have this Trello board, but I kind of want to move some of these issues and like features over to GitHub at some point. See, add footer, implement sign in page. Yeah, right. Serve comments. Oh, fuck. Do I not serve comments? Oh, I don't think I do. Because it would take a hot second to get all those comments. That's right. I think I was trying to do that. Yeah, right. Do I have a big enough brain to solve these issues right now? Maybe. Maybe I should pick up some low hanging fruit and then go from there. I think that's fair. Something like representing these comments correctly. There's no way those comments are correct. So, let's go ahead and fix that. Oh yeah, story. Should be story card. Maybe one day we'll fix that. What do we use for comments right now? We use, if I can even see, story.descendants. I think it's not that. I think we need story.kids. Let's go ahead and console.log story. And we'll figure out that way. Okay. Descendants 55. Frick. Okay, what's the difference between descendants? The total comment count. The ID of the autumn. Yeah, so it should be. Should be picking those up. But it doesn't seem right, you know? Maybe it is, and I'm just like losing it. Descendants 1. And what is this? After 151 years. Oh, am I loading in like the wrong comments? No, because like look at this. Huh? So wait, I don't understand. Ugh, I'm not on top of my game right now. I'll tell you that. Okay. We fetch comments. How do we fetch comments? I don't think we do that here. Right, we do it in story detail. Let me just hit up the... yeah. Fetch comments, story.kids. And that should be all the... So I'm confused. Why would it have so many comments? If kids is only... All right, we're going to go ahead and console log here. Under our use effect. One of these days I should probably read the React documentation. There is no guarantee I'm doing anything in the correct way. Okay. Well, console log story. Okay. What does this give us? Oh, geez. There's a lot of loading there. Well, suddenly there are 26 kids. But if we go back a page, there's not 26 kids. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do one of these, compare them side by side. Oh my goodness. Why won't it show me? That was kind of a glitch there. There we go. Okay. So, wow. Yeah, look at that. Why is this information different? Oh, wow. So this is quite a rabbit hole. Like, all of this information differs. The score differs. But the time is the same. The ID is the same. The buy is the same. And I'm pretty dang sure I'm not editing any of this information on the back end. There should be no reason that any of this is altered. Because what would be the point of me altering story information? I just grab it from Hacker News. That's really, that's odd. It could also not be current. Like, I could be caching. Frick. Oh. I could be caching some of the old data without updating any of it. So maybe I don't want to cache these stories in memory. Like, oh, geez. Yeah. That is like a huge difference. This looks awful, but comments 16 points. Yeah, that is super different. Oh, man. This actually is a whole can of worms, and something I did not consider. So that's fun. I need... Huh. Oh, man. So what I'm thinking about right here, sorry for just me going, oh, ooh, ah, is the fact that... Okay, let's look at the back end. I'll explain this in human words. So, the back end, we have data, and data stores the top stories. Now, if I can't retrieve the state of a story on the front end, I go ahead and ping my back end, who then goes out to Hacker News itself and not to my store of data. Like, see here. So, I'll call /item/ID. And then I immediately call get item, which is the item from Hacker News, not the item from, not data. Which is complicated, because that means I might have to ping to make sure everything is up to date. Which I can do. I mean, that's not hard. It might be a little difficult, but my front end probably shouldn't be caching stories then. Or but that defeats the purpose. I'm like, well, I could always ping my back end to make sure everything's up to date, but then that's a call, and I was looking to avoid a call to the back end by caching this. But maybe I shouldn't. Maybe caching is, or like saving these stories in memory is not the thing to do on the front end. I thought I was all clever with that, but apparently not. So what I'm thinking now that my brain is somewhat in order, I'm all like, oh, let's pick up low hanging fruit. And then it turns out to be like a slightly larger issue. Is I think we need to set up a cron job that runs at an interval. Like the Hacker News API is incredibly generous. I think there's like not any limits. Is it dump? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, But yeah, I think sorry, I was reading there. I think we're good to hit this pretty often, and I've already hit it fairly often anyway. Yeah, there is currently no rate limit. Now, do I want to ping this thing every second? No, of course. But every 5 minutes? It's just a lot of stories to iterate through. And the server doesn't necessarily know what page the user is on until a request is made, say with some filters that the user passes or the front end passes to the back end. But I think, let's go ahead and just copy paste this. I think every 30 minutes. See, this is an interesting problem because if we go through 500 IDs and we try and grab the most recent, we have to do a comparison to what's already in the data. And if it's changed, then we need to update it. But that takes a lot of time, right? Because every single one of these is a call. Oh, maybe God, we're still making a call though. That's going to take forever. Like this takes like half an hour to traverse all 500. I mean, if it takes half a second per story, maybe a second per story, then you have 500 seconds. But I think it takes longer than that, even then, because we have to process the stories and then frick. Frick. I'm just worried that also, if we're traversing this list and I update index 0, the first item, by the time we get to the last item 1 might be out of date. And I also don't know how much time this would take. So it's like, when should the cron job actually run? Maybe we should also run it inside of here and extract this out to like a function I can call, and then the same cron job just it updates stories alongside grabbing new ones. Well, we can try it out. How about this? Const fetch new stories you know, people don't like JavaScript because it's messy. But at the same time, oh, these comments. I do remember now. Um, but JavaScript's kind of messy, and you can kind of just throw code at a wall anywhere you like. We'll call this refresh stories. But it's, it's like one of those things where I've worked in really like rigid type systems, say like C Sharp, Java. That's fine. OOP's fine. But sometimes I just like to. I don't want a class. I just want to spam a function somewhere and make some logic work, And maybe that doesn't work as well in like an enterprise application, and maybe it makes more sense on like the web. That's fine. And I get it. Like, I remember working with like really complex banking systems, and all of this crap is written in C Sharp, and there were like these multiple services that all called each other, and it was like this huge like multi-system architecture. And the amount of interfaces and like checking, and oh man, there might be a reason to have all that very strong static typing and all these rigid rules, but here I want to spam some logic. So what do we have going on? So I think data.topstories .for-each have a story. We need to make a call to the API, but that's like so wasteful. But we don't know what we don't know. And if I don't ping the Hacker News API, then I don't know. Wonderful. Okay. Well, whatever. Await get story, I think. Get item. Story.id. Well, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I can't do awaits and for-eaches. Don't mind, just a buddy of mine. Don't mind. It's just a buddy of mine. Okay. So, actually, right. For let I equals 0, I is less than data.story top stories.length I plus plus. Okay. Fine. Await gets item, because they're all technically items. I don't need to discriminate between different types. Or maybe not discriminate, but differentiate between different types. Maybe I can just do data.topstories I.id. Okay. Story. Now, here's a question for you JavaScript nerds out there. Now, I've worked with JavaScript for like a year, but there's like endless kind of best practices out there. And so what I'm asking is, like, when we consider use state and React, there's this big like idea around immutability. God, these big words are gonna kill me. I can't pronounce crap. I can pronounce crap, just not bigger words. So what I'm asking is, should I return a new array that I then assign, or do I mutate the old array? I think I'm going to return a new array. So const story. Stories equals yes. Stories equals jute. All right. So we'll just say stories dot push, and then say data dot top stories equals, oh yeah, need to add this crap too. Oh, actually, maybe this condition should be moved out of the scope of that, and down here where we actually call the function. So if not cron job running, then run cron job. Okay, top stories equals stories. And then we'll say cron job is running equal. Oh, we can actually ditch that too. Beep, 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 beep. And we could, yeah. Cron job is running equals true. Why this isn't, well, no mind. Bad thought. Doesn't make sense. Sometimes I talk before I think things through. So cron job is running. We want to fetch new stories, and we want to refresh stories. Maybe in the other order. Because if I get new stories and I push them to my in-memory state, my object, then I'll just iterate over them again and make the same call. So I think I want to do it for the... But there's a cost either way, because if I refresh the stories and I get new info, yeah, there's going to be a cost either way. Oh. So I'm just going to fetch new stories after refresh stories, and then we need to await both of these. Await. I never really had, just as a tangent, I never really had much of a problem working with promises or like callbacks. I don't know. I know there's like this callback and promise hell you can get into, but generally I can maintain it like really well. I don't know. That was never really a confusing concept for me. Although if you ask me to explain it, I can't. I'm just kidding. I can probably explain it, but I'm not a teacher. You know what I mean? So it's hard to put things into words. Okay, so I don't think we need this separate cron job, but how are we going to yeah, it should just air out. We should have the same check down here. So basically I'm checking if top stories have already been fetched. I mean, hence the name of the Boolean. You can see a simple false, and then from there, at the very end of our fetch top stories, which is like kind of the first thing to kick off, then we say yes is true. Okay, I hope this kind of works, but there's going to be a little bit of a wait to ensure that it works, because it takes a while to... I don't have like a hot server running, if that makes sense. So like... it's not going to auto update with these changes. I'm going to have to reboot. That's great. What? Oh, it's popping and pushing the same story. Let's go ahead and fix that really quick while we're here so we don't have to reboot. Pushing stories. Okay, we'll do a comparison here. If data.top stories, this might not be efficient. I should probably. I know C# writer would be yelling at me right now to make this into a variable. It's referencing the same thing like twice. It's not entirely efficient, but whatever. .id equals stories I. .id. Then return. Or continue. I think continue. I don't want to return. Okay. Continue. And then this is something else we'll have to frickin' test. As well. Alright, cool. Let's kill this server. It's been running for days. Plus it's heart. Okay. Boot this puppy up. 470 IDs, huh? Boo doo doo. Boo boo boo. We'll wait for this guy to go ahead and charge up. I have till about 5 o'clock, which means I have about 20 more minutes. And if we don't fix this, that's fine. I'll come back to it. %. I'm just doing like a division on these basically to get those percentages. But you can see it goes through and grabs all the stories and pushes them. Charlie Munger. He was that dude. It sounds like a banker or something. Let's go look him up. Charlie Munger. Oh, Berkshire Hathaway? Well, thank God he died. Hell finally had room, huh? They haven't taken out Buffett yet, huh? The demons? Maybe one of these days, Henry Kissinger will join them all as well. If you expect me to be apolitical, I'm not. I'm incredibly political. Yeah, not really sorry. I don't really tolerate certain things. And I grew up in this is a little too much information maybe, but I grew up in some red ass states, you know. Born in a deep red state in the south, live in a deep red state in the north, and there are certain attitudes I will not abide by. It's like get with it or get out of the way, you know. But in terms of development, you know, you're good at what you're doing, I'll let you in, but don't say stupid shit. Agreed? I'm the only one that can say stupid crap. Alright, what else do we have? Hacker Crest is probably... Oh, it can probably still serve some of that. Which is cool. You know, this the server can kind of operate as it's asynchronous, so of course it can, but you know what I mean. It's just cool. I can still make some calls to this as other jobs are running. And I just pray I have enough. I don't have enough error handling. So, but hopefully the front end doesn't send something dumb to the back end. You know. Yeah, I don't really care about old rich white people dying, to be honest. I grew up very poor, or fairly poor. I grew up in trailer parks, you know. So I don't have any respect for the rich. And by the rich, I don't mean like your grandpa who has $1 million after retirement because of the equity in his home. I mean like rich, you know. Those guys only make that money by fucking over other people. But I'm not gonna lecture everyone. Hacker News has like quite the wide array of stories, don't they? It's like some of it's kind of political, some of it's kind of woo woo. A lot of it's tech related though, so I'm into it. This is like turning more into a stream than, oh, hey, look, radical. So, nice. That didn't take too long. Yeah. So I don't know where I was saying like, oh, it takes half an hour. It doesn't take half an hour. Um, Hopefully this cron job runs, right? I think it's 1 minute, an hour, a day, a month, a year. I think. That's what those stars, the asterisks mean. So I was hoping. Yeah, why aren't these cron jobs? Cron jobs aren't running. My fans. I'm running like the cheapest Dell laptop I could find at Best Buy. I very much beat the crap out of my computers until they go down. And you know, it's not like I have done like really intensive work. I remember when I was working with Android Studio, that thing would like set my MacBook on fire. Not mine, the MacBook my work gave me. Okay, npm JS node cron. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I don't have many packages here that I've like installed. But yeah, see, so okay, I was wrong about year. So, but yeah, it's every second, every minute, and so on. So like, oh, every 2 minutes. Oh, sorry guys, I think I did it wrong then. Yeah, I totally did this wrong. Like, look at that. Okay. Oh, and I did it backwards. Of course I did. Doot, doot, doot. There we go. Gotcha. I totally had that wrong then. Ugh. I don't know if I mentioned I never read the React docs. But yeah, this kind of crap gets me in trouble all the time. I need to be better at reading those. Okay, let's reboot. Yeah, that was not great. It's like not even how it works, you know? It's like. So hopefully we see it kind of interrupting the process this time around. God, this video is probably going to be kind of esoteric. Although maybe esoteric isn't the right word. I don't know. Maybe there are some like newer programmers out there who stumble onto these videos and has somehow watched me ramble. Oh, there we go. See, look, every minute. Yeah. But yeah, maybe there's some like new programmers out there watching these videos. And it's like, why isn't this guy just constantly coding? And you probably feel this too. You know, you sit around thinking a lot about problems. You know, I've had days at work where I'll spend an hour or two, even more sometimes, you know, going into meetings, like discussing potential solutions and stuff, or just staring at a wall trying to like figure out a problem, you know. A lot of programming is very much just thinking about stuff and not necessarily programming. more code doesn't mean better, you know? So spend a whole day in meetings to come out of it with like a couple lines of code, you know? But they're the lines of code that make it all happen. But it's very difficult trying to create a website like this. Oh, it's not like very difficult. I'm just used to working in that kind of like agile way. Nice. Where, you know, I we have a dedicated designer and we have requirements meetings and you know, we have retros and stuff and you can kind of like get better as you go along, figure out what you did wrong, and you have more eyes like looking at code, looking at processes, you know. But if it's just me who has like 3 brain cells to rub together, maybe I shouldn't say stuff like that. It's kind of ableist, I guess. Like literally, it's kind of shitty to say stuff like that, but you know, it's how I feel. I don't feel like my brain is at its top efficiency. Of course, I'm like sipping on it. I'm nursing a beer right now, but I can't imagine one beer's like messing me up that bad. It's been a long day too. Yeah, I work for this like contract agency, so I work with a variety of clients, and I provide technical programming and testing solutions or whatever. There's a lot of hopping around and not a lot of certainty, you know. So it gets tiring, and that's why it's kind of nice to come do this. But then I feel so worn out, you know, like mentally. He sold burritos out of his apartment window. Okay. Some of these headlines are crazy. At least we know our cron job's like constantly running. That's what I want to see. And yeah. I mean, we don't have any console logging here. I just like to see the logs. At work, what we do is we have it all like containerized in Docker. Docker is something else I need to like get more into. But it's not as easy to see logs like coming out of the Flask backend as it is Express and Node. So we dump all these logs into a log file, like it's Java or something. And I used to see that a lot in Java. All right, there we go. Starting cron job, fetching more stories. Crap. We don't know if the stories are updated because I was just talking about logging. Okay, so what we need to do is move some of these statements out of here. Let's see. And then, if statements everywhere. If not, top stories have been fetched. I guess we can just put them both here. Cron job running. I'll just leave it like this. Okay. See, original fetch is not ran. We don't need this OR because we can put it down here. Console.log original. Wait, cron job is currently running. Exiting current cron job. Sure. We'll put the same language up here. Then we can ditch stuff like that. And just have like some good old specific functions that do specific things and don't cross logging and all that. All right, so let's give some spacing here so it's easier for old Papa to read. No, that's not what I wanted. We don't need that. Okay. There we go. Little easier to read. Okay, so let's come up here. Wait. Okay, let's say console. Ooh. Console.log fetching new stories. And then we'll say console.log finished fetching. Why am I doing this like Pascal case? I think it's called finished fetching stories. It's because I'm tired and I need to stop this video. But we'll give it one more go and then I'll end the video. Sound good? Okay. Console.log refreshing stories. Yeah. And we'll say boop boop boop. Console. How about const ID equals this, and then geez, ID. Then we can say updating. Oh, you know, actually, I want to go with the title. So that's there we go. I'm particular about my logging. I like it kind of a certain way. Not all the time, but we can say updating story data dot top stories I dot title, but we don't want the full title because that's a little ridiculous. So how about this? What do we yeah, there we go. Length 50. Updating story, ellipsis. I wrote this little ellipsis function to just assist doing stuff like this. Okay. I'm sure there's some NPM library out there, but I like just writing solutions to stuff before I try and find solutions to it. There's exceptions. Security comes to mind. I'm not writing my own like salting algorithm or whatever, but most of the time I'll just try and do it myself. Okay, updating story, and then we'll say console.log all stories have been updated. You know what might be cool is I have this little like percentage calculation somewhere around here. Not there, apparently. Here. So I think some of this logic should be migrated out. You know, honestly, the back end, I'm just like getting together, making it work. So I didn't plan it out like incredibly hard. I'm just gonna add a big fat to do right here. To do. There we go. Okay, that's kind of the logging I want. We can add chalk, which is just a nicety. I mean, it's just colorizes stuff. Chalk dot green. There we go. Updating story, and then because that's Oh, that's cool. Um. Oh, I leave the colored whites. Okay. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, I'm going to kill this server, start it again. We'll see what it looks like. And then, I guess next video or whenever I get back around to this, we'll see if it actually works. It should. And then we can resolve some of the numbers we're displaying on the front end. So, my buddy was talking about like, this is your MVP right here. Like, kinda. Like, I do have a minimal product. Is it viable? You know, that's open to interpretation, right? You know. Ooh, wait. Oh, crap. Okay. No, we need to make one little change here. We need to return and get the heck out of here, you know? Return. Start cron job. Sorry, I'm looking for my loved one. Okay. Logic, whatever. I just want like a visual separation there. Okay. Yeah. So this should return out. Well, it should print a statement return out, and then this will print a statement return. And hopefully that does what it's supposed to. Return void. Get out of my way. I'm done with it. Done with it. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. I think I was talking about new programmers before. A lot of it's waiting. Making sure stuff actually works. And of course, when you're booting up like a whole server. Now, oh, you know what I could do? And this is like something. This is something that I should be doing anyway. The amount. So where are we calling this? Okay, we're calling it in the. Oh yeah, in the startup. All right. So what we're going to do is load. How about 20 stories? Which I guess I should have been doing. I forget I had that in there, but I can just process like 20 at a time. There's no need to go through all 500, I guess. So we'll wait for the cron job to kick off. I guess I did want to see. Nice. I mean, it updated the stories pretty quickly. That was cool. Nice. Yeah, I guess that doesn't really need to do anything. Cool. Let's put like a bigger amount in there and see if it tries to interrupt. And it should just air out or exit out, I guess. And then we'll commit, push to develop and see what's what. The potato people. Idaho? Oh, yeah. See? Starting cron job. Cron job running. Oh, maybe we can... yeah, starting cron job. Maybe I don't need that. Yeah. Starting cron job. Oh, cron job is running. That's fine. Okay, heck. I'm good with that. Git add, git commit, implements, updating of previously stored stories to ensure the front end has current data. All right. Git push origin. Oh, you know, I'm not gonna push right now. Well, I can git push origin develop. What I should be doing is working off like the actual branches because, like Cloudflare, for example, deploys the develop branch as like a staging server, which is cool. You know, I just every time you push, you know, it kicks that off. So, okay, guys, this was kind of a long one. We only did so much, but you know, hopefully the audio, I guess, is better. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe you guys were all just, it's just right ear only. I'm sorry. I'll try and fix that. But till then, and until next time. Boop, boop, boop. You get a COBS.